Hey guys, it's Bellamy here from Midnight Suns and welcome to my review for Once Upon a Katamari. So if you've played any of the Katamari games before, you know what you're in for here. Basically, the objective of this game is to roll a ball called a Katamari. You need to roll it over things and just keep absorbing things into your Katamari ball until your Katamari gets so large that you are absorbing cats, humans, buildings, skyscrapers, stars, and even planets. Yeah, basically you are like a dung beetle who keeps rolling this ball over and over and just keeps absorbing things until the ball gets larger and larger until you're absorbing the entire galaxy. And yeah, this game series is one of the most chill, most fun game series ever. If you haven't checked it out before, I highly recommend it. But okay, now let's talk about this game in specific. So once again, the story in this game is the same as all the other Katamari games basically. And by that I mean it is completely nonsensical in a really good way. So in this game, the king of all cosmos, he has once again accidentally destroyed the entire universe. He was playing with this magic scroll that obliterated the entire galaxy, and so he sends you back in time in a spaceship to roll things up and build all the planets, all the stars all over again. And yeah, I know that story sounds ridiculous and over the top, but it is just so entertaining. This game never fails to make me laugh. And yeah, because there's time travel in this game, you get to travel to various eras of the entire world. For example, you get to go into the Wild Wild West, the Japanese Edo period, and even the Jurassic period, where you get to roll up dinosaurs, and for some reason there are also people dressed up in dinosaurs in the Jurassic period. And it is when you travel to these various periods that they actually introduce some pretty new gameplay mechanics to the Katamari franchise through this game. Like for example, when you go to the Wild Wild West area, your Katamari rolls around like a tumbleweed, you're affected by the wind, and the larger your Katamari grows, the more wind resistance you have. And yeah, if you're someone like me who has played practically every Katamari game ever, this game will have a lot of new and interesting mechanics and challenges to really engage you. For example, they've now added items into the game that can be activated with the right trigger button. So like you have the magnet item that allows you to just attract everything within range that is smaller than your Katamari. And then you have the rocket item which makes you move super fast. And also the stopwatch item which basically freezes time for a short period of time. And not only that, they've also updated the controls a bit, so I'm someone who plays the classic tank controls, dual analog sticks. And you know how in the old Katamari games you always have to flick both analog sticks in opposite directions repeatedly to dash forward? Now all you need to do is just hold down the left trigger button and you will dash. So yeah, they've even simplified the controls for the classic tank controls. And another thing really different about this game is that the level of character customization in here is beyond the level of anything that you've ever seen in any of the other Katamari games. In Once Upon a Katamari, you can actually create your own cousin, your own Katamari cousin. So as you go along and you unlock cousins in the game, you can actually take those cousins as a base and just create a brand new, completely brand new Katamari cousin. Like you are not just editing the existing cousin that you've unlocked. You are creating a brand new one that will appear completely separately from the existing cousin in your world map. And yeah, you can create a ton of these custom cousins. And you can name each of your cousins as well. So you can practically flood your world map with all your new custom cousins. But that's not the biggest change of all. I think actually the biggest change in this game, the biggest addition to this game that hasn't been found in any of the other Katamari games is a new multiplayer PvP mode called Katamari Ball. So I know they've had some multiplayer modes in some of the previous Katamari games, but nothing has been on this level. This is an actual competitive Katamari game mode. So this is a multiplayer game mode that you can play with 4 players. And the objective of this mode is to get as many points as possible, so it's not just about rolling your Katamari to be as big as possible. There will be a spaceship that moves around the map, and then you have to collect things. You have to roll your Katamari and go to the spaceship to drop your items off to get points. But it isn't just so simple, because when you drop your items off at the spaceship, your Katamari gets smaller. Basically, if you drop all your items off, you revert back to the same size that you were when you started the game, and then you are vulnerable to be rolled over by other people's Katamaris. So yeah, there's actually a very deep level of complex strategy to this game mode. You could hold on until the last 30 seconds to unload all your items in your Katamari, but the danger with that is if someone screws you over, if someone pushes you away, and you don't get to unload your items by the end of the game, you end up with 0 points. So just hoarding all your items till the end of the game isn't a sure way to win. And yeah, this game mode is actually really fun, really complex. You can decide if you want to play it like a pacifist and just go around collecting as many items as possible, or if you want to be evil and just focus the entire game on rolling your enemies over. This is by far the best multiplayer game mode that Katamari has ever seen, and I look forward to them really improving this Katamari ball game mode in subsequent games or even as DLC in this game. If they had an actual online league, online tournament ranked mode for this game mode, I think it would be really fun and interesting to play and watch. But okay, now it's time to give this game a final score. I'm giving Once Upon a Katamari a 9 out of 10. Now bear in mind I am reviewing this Nintendo Switch version. I'm playing on the Nintendo Switch 1, the original one, not the Nintendo Switch 2. And I think this game, although there are some graphical slowdowns in between loading screens, when you're actually playing the game itself, it performs wonderfully. And I just love the fact that you can play this game portably even on a console that was released 10 years ago. The Katamari games have always been some of the best games to just unwind and de-stress after a long day at work. And this game is no different. Just go into this game and just enjoy the amazing soundtrack, have a really chill time, and I promise you, you won't be disappointed. There's really nothing better than rolling up T-Rexes and noisy children. And with that being said, that's all for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're planning to pick up Once Upon a Katamari, or you've already played Once Upon a Katamari, please go down to the comments below and let me know what you think about the game. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do consider subscribing and hit that notification bell to keep up to date with everything going on here on the Midnight Suns channel. Thanks again for watching, and as always, stay gold and never fade. Bye everybody. Oh, and by the way, my Katamari pajamas is awesome.